Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Futlife Tv Podcast. This is the 10th episode, and we got a lot to cover today. A lot of stuff going on in the football world, starting with the Premier League. A lot of good matches happened over the weekend and during the week. And let's just go over the table. We have all those matches posted on our social media. If you aren't following us, follow us on Facebook at Futlife TV, and on Instagram at Futlife TV, Twitter at Futlife TV1. We have all the schedules, the results for the top 5 leagues that we follow on there. Plus a lot of other cool stuff. Anyways, Premier League, starting with the Premier League, the table. Let's just go over the table, the top 5 in the table. Man City in first place with 40. Man United in second place with 32. Chelsea in third with 29. Arsenal in fourth with 28. Liverpool in fifth with 26. Now, a lot of great matches happened this week and weekend. And covering a few of those, like the Man United game over the weekend was a tough game for Man U. But Man U got very fortunate to come up with the 3 points. A deflected shot right into the goal. That's why you got to shoot. That's why you got to try your luck. And we're very fortunate. They were very fortunate, and they got the win. Very important 3 points. Very important 3 points. And they played very well during the week. They dominated during the week and had a big result during the week as well. And that keeps the gap close to Man City, who won over the weekend and had a very close win this week during the week. Sterling with a late winner, literally a late winner, last second of the match. Beautifully put to the side. It was a great goal. It really was. And he's getting rewarded for that. Pay raise, new contract. He's a great player, and he showed why Man City spent the money they did to buy him. Very important player, very important win for Man City, who are now 8 points ahead, pretty clear. And this is their 19th win. 19 wins in a row for Man City in all competition. This is a fantastic team. I mean, you have to give it up to them. They really are a great team. And another important 3 points for them as well. Over the weekend, Chelsea and Liverpool played. Very tough match for both teams. Salah got a goal against his old club, Chelsea. And William with a beautiful pass goal. He was looking at the goal, but I think he was trying to pass. I think he was going for a far post. Of course, he says he went for goal after the interview, but he did laugh, so it looked very pretty. But it was a tough match. Liverpool and Chelsea, very tough match. Both had wins over the week, during the week, and which are very crucial wins for them because they're fighting for that top 4 spot. Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, they're battling it out for a top 4 spot. They want to be in the Champions League next season, and they're playing for it. It really was a tough match. Both teams had some chances to get more goals, but did not happen, unfortunately. But it was a 1-1 draw. Chelsea was satisfied with the result, but Liverpool needed the win to get out of that 5th spot. But they're still in that 5th spot. And, the good news is they don't have to fight as much for Tottenham because Tottenham tied over the weekend and they lost during the week to Leicester. Tied West Brom over the weekend and lost to Leicester during the week. Man, that's bad news for them because that drops them down to 7th place, and they were looking promising. They really looked promising to be in that top 4, but it's still early. They can still manage to get in the top 4. They had some tough games, but they can't afford to do this. Tottenham cannot afford to do this. They played a tough Leicester who came out to play, and they did play. They made Tottenham slip points again. But it's good news for the rest of the guys, the rest of the teams that are fighting for that top 4, such as Arsenal, who won 2 games. Won the game over the weekend, won the game during the week. But Lacazette is injured apparently. After scoring a goal, an important goal, but if they really need him in that game, in these games, they really do. Arsenal really can't afford to have him be injured. I think is their best striker, and they need their key players in. They need Ozil, they need Sanchez, they need, like I said, they need all their stars playing. And more bad news for them, injury, bad news. Santi Cazorla. Another setback, another injury, puts him out for another who knows how long. He's been out for a long time. And it really sucks because he really is a great player. I really like him. I think he has fantastic talent. He has great vision of the game, man, understanding of the game. He really was a big player for Arsenal. And it just sucks. It really does suck for them. But, I mean, they are in 4th place. They have been winning. So if they keep managing to win, they can, maybe hope for that Champions League play next season, which will attract new signings, because it's a lot easier to attract signings when you're a top team and playing in the Champions League rather than if you're, not playing in the Champions League. Everybody, especially top players, their dreams are playing the Champions League and have a chance to win it. That's what they want. That's what they all go for. So if you're not promising Champions League play, it's really tough to sign big names. But anyways, they're in 4th place, and hopefully they can keep it together. Man U, back to Man U for a minute. Man U, Mkhitaryan started out the season fantastic. He was in great form. He was a big asset for Man U. He was big help. He really was. But I don't know what happened. Probably past 5-6 games, he just completely crashed. And you see a different player, no confidence, just not feeling it anymore. I really think that's one of the problems that's with Man U as well. He really was a key player for them until he hit his bad form. But what's going on with him, there's no telling. Hopefully he can get his good form back on, because he really was an exciting player. He was a great player, and he really proved his worth coming from Dortmund, showing what he had, and he did until he hit that bad form, and now it's a completely different player. But I'm sure he can turn it over. He is a good player, I think, but everyone goes through bad form. It's just a normal thing. But he really just completely crashed, just went completely off the road here. I don't know, but we'll see. And another thing with Man U, when Zlatan's healthy again, what are they going to do with him? Or is he going to be a partner up there with Lukaku? Are they going to have 2 forwards, 2 strikers playing together? Or is Zlatan going to play more of a number 10 role? It's another question I want to see. But we'll see what happens. All I know is when Man U is fit and everyone is in good form, they play fantastic football. And they really are fighting for that spot in the top 4, and also trying to win the league. But I think Man City is flying off with this title this year, and it showed. I mean, you see what it meant for that win, how big it meant to Pep, how much it meant to the players. They were just so happy over it. Mendy limping and running to celebrate with his team with a blown out knee. And Pep just going crazy. Pep is a passionate coach anyway. I mean, you see it afterwards with Redmond. He looked like he was trying to rip the kid's head off, but apparently he was giving him compliments. He was telling him how good of a player he was, and pretty aggressively. Pep is like that. Pep, when his blood gets pumping, he gets so passionate that he gets lost into the world, into the football world, and that's what you see. That's what makes him such a great coach as well. But I do think Man City is going with the title this year, and this is my opinion. I mean, it's pretty clear. They're 8 points ahead. They're playing fantastic football. Looks like they're going to keep up the good form. So yeah, and that's pretty much all that's going on in Premier League. Let's get into some La Liga. A lot of great matches over the weekend that happened. Big matches with big results that affect the table big. Well, not really big, but 2 teams that were in first and second place did slip points over the weekend, which is huge news for Madrid and Madrid fans. Let's go over the table. Like I said, all these matches that I'm going over, you can find them all, the results, on our social media. So go and take a look. We have them all posted up. First place, we have Barcelona with 35 points. Second place, Valencia with 31. Atletico Madrid in third with 27. Real Madrid in fourth with 27. Sevilla in fifth with 25. Close. Barcelona and Valencia. Tough match. Very tough match. Tough Valencia team. Barcelona had a great run first half. They played fantastic. They were dominating the first half, in my opinion. They even had a disallowed goal. Messi had a goal that was clearly in. I mean, it was clearly in. But without goal line technology, the refs didn't catch it, and it went unnoticed. The play kept going, and no goal disallowed. La Liga is the only league in the top 5 in Europe that doesn't have goal line technology. That's terrible to see because they really do need it. For a league that's this big, with this big of players or teams and players, I mean, with teams like Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, you have to have, this. You're a big league. You have to have this kind of technology. Goal line technology is a very important tool in the game. Way more important than video assistant referee, I think. Even though I agree and disagree with the video assistant referee, but that's another story. But they really do need to have it, and they don't, and it costs Barcelona 3 points, in my opinion, 2 points, because they got 1. But if they would have had that goal allowed, would it have been a different game? Nobody knows because it didn't happen. But Valencia turned it up the second half, and played very well. Had a fantastic game second half, and they tied the game. They played well. Overall, I think the way they played second half, they deserved a tie. I mean, Valencia is in number 2 spot for a reason. They're really playing great football this season. They really are. They don't want to slip points. They're fighting for 3 points in every match. And they weren't trying to play it safe necessarily against Barca. They wanted to get goals. They were counting on those counterattacks. But they did come up with 1 point. Great news for Real Madrid because of that game. But Barcelona, Dembele is almost back. He's almost back to training with the squad again. And the January rumors, if the rumors are true, Barcelona are linked with Ozil, Coutinho, Di Maria. Who knows who they're going to get? Willian. Who knows who they're going to get? But they do need players on those type of players, in those positions and those play styles. I think they will end up going with Coutinho. That's their, I'm sure, favorite. There are a lot of talks with Ozil going to Barcelona. I think Ozil is a fantastic player. I really do. But I think Ozil's a little lazy and doesn't like to work too hard at times. And Barcelona, their style, ever since Pep especially, was when you lose the ball, the players all around, they hover over the player that has the ball. They all rush to that ball, and they fight back to win that ball. That's their style. That's what they're always have done. And will Ozil do that? If Ozil loses the ball, will he run back and attack the player and try to win that ball back? That's the question, because he's known to be a little lazy and known not to fight that hard. But he's a fantastic player. He makes a huge difference, especially over the week when he's playing well and he's in that tip-top shape and form. He can be all the difference, and you see it over the week. But I don't know if he's exactly the best out of that group for Barcelona. I think Coutinho will fit very well. Coutinho can assist, he can dribble, he can shoot. He really would be a great replacement. And I believe they will go with Coutinho. I really do. I think they will spend some big money for him. But at the end of the day, I think they will go for Coutinho. But who knows what will happen? These are just rumors, and no one knows what will happen until it's done deal. But like I said, Valencia and Barcelona's tie benefits Madrid, who were very fortunate to come up with the win over the weekend. They really needed those 3 points. They have to stay in this title race, especially with Atletico right there neck and neck. They're both even in points. They really can't slip points. both Ronaldo and Benzema broke the curse, and they both got some goals, which is good news for them and their club. I'm sure they're very happy for that, especially with this weekend's games coming on and the Champions League games coming up. So they really need to find their form back. And there are a lot of rumors of Benzema going to Arsenal. Will it happen? Who knows? They might offload Benzema because Benzema hasn't been in a good form, and he hasn't been helping too much. So it really doesn't surprise me if Arsenal do come up with Benzema, which would be probably a great buy for Arsenal if he can manage to turn his form around, that is. But we'll see. And apparently Ronaldo is not pleased with Vasquez. He wants Vasquez out. He doesn't think he has the quality to play for Madrid. Ronaldo has been pretty demanding lately, according to the rumors. These are all rumors, so these are just papers in Madrid that are just throwing these stories out there. Who knows if they're true, but if they are true, Ronaldo's been extremely demanding lately. Another rumor was the big news that Neymar might be joining Madrid over the summer, which looks very possible now. We'll get into that in a little bit. But apparently, in more rumors, Ronaldo saying that he refuses to play with the Brazilian. He does not want to play with him. But the thing is, if these rumors are true, Ronaldo is becoming a little too demanding, and his age is 32. I don't know if you can and should be that demanding, because pretty soon they're going to get rid of Ronaldo. You know, he is a fantastic player. He's had a fantastic career. He really is a great player. I mean, he's 32, and it's such a shame because when he's gone, we're going to miss him. We're going to miss watching players like Ronaldo play. Messi's another player. Messi is getting up there as well. When these guys retire, it's really going to be a shame because so many years of great football they have given us. But anyways, Ronaldo is coming to that age that you start going over the hill and you start thinking about either moving, to the MLS or an easier league or retiring. But I'm sure that's not in his plans anytime soon. A player like Ronaldo will keep pushing on. I mean, he will do well. He's just been in bad form lately. I'm sure. I mean, he can do well in other leagues. I'm sure if he can't get back to his fine form in La Liga But anyways, the point was Ronaldo coming up to that age. I don't know if he can be that demanding of who they should bring in and who they should get rid of. There has been problems with Bale. There's been problems with Benzema. There's been problems with Ramos. There's been problems with Vasquez. Rumors, of course. But if these are true, I think it's coming into an end for Ronaldo's Madrid career. He's going to be exiting soon, I believe, especially if this keeps going on. But who knows if it's true. Madrid are tied with Atletico, which I'm sure is not something they want to do. They really want to be in that first or second place. I mean, they are a team who consider themselves the best team in the world, and in fourth place in La Liga is unacceptable for them. But, I mean, who knows what's going on with that team. I do think they do need some reinforcements, especially up top, with Bale being injured all the time and Benzema hitting bad form and Ronaldo hitting 32 and hitting bad form. It's time they do spend some money. And Neymar to Madrid would not be a surprise at all. Not one bit. We'll see what happens, and hopefully they can get it together, because it'll be a shame for Madrid to have bad runs like they have been. That's pretty much what's going on. With the goal, back to the goal and Barcelona and Valencia match. The president of La Liga has spoken and said that they're looking into getting video assistant referee next season to avoid situations such as that. But the thing is, goal line technology is something that you should have had. It's not, all of a sudden you want to go into the whole new thing as well. I mean, let's just start with the goal line technology and then move into that. which I'm all for technology helping. But the video assistant referee thing, I think takes too much of the game. It's way too slow. It does take too much of the time. I think they really need to figure out the best way to perform that before they put that into action. So I'm not a big fan of that at the moment, but who knows? But he's saying that he's going to have that next season to avoid situations such as that, which is good. I'm all for things that will make the game more fair and make the game, you don't want to see big games, especially. You don't want to see games costing teams over offside goals or things like that, So I'm all for things that will make playing field more even. That's pretty much it in La Liga. Big games going on over the weekend. And we've posted the schedules up already, so go and check them out. In Serie A, big games over the weekend. Napoli keeping their great form, great win streak going. Important win for Napoli to keep them in first place. Let's go over the tables. We have Napoli in first place with 32. Inter in second, or 38, I'm sorry. Inter in second place with 36. Juve in third with 34. Roma in fourth with 31. Lazio in fifth with 29. Napoli, important win for them. They have to stay on top. They have a big game tomorrow. It really is a huge match for them. It's probably one of the most important matches of the season for sure for them against Juventus, who are going in to win this game, to make sure Napoli slip points and for them to get that advantage to get this much closer to Napoli. But over the weekend, Napoli did get the win, who still keeps them in first place with 4-point gap with Juventus, but a 2-point gap with Inter, who kept their fine form. Icardi again playing brilliantly and winning the game again. Icardi, a lot of rumors with Icardi going to Madrid. He is a big player. I'm sure eventually a big team will snatch him up. But he did say that he's not interested in the Madrid move. He said that if Madrid calls, that he will simply not answer. He was in the Barcelona Youth Academy. He played for the youth team for about 3 years, I believe, so it makes sense. But they did keep their great form going as well to keep that pressure on Napoli, and it showed. And Juve in third place, they're keeping pressure as well. Juve, very important match against Napoli. They really need to win this match to put themselves closer and to have Napoli slip points. So it'll be a big match for them tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that match, and do check it out. Do not miss that match. That could be that big one that determines what's going to happen. Never know. It's still early, but it's a very big match. And more news. AC Milan have replaced Montella with the legend, the man, the legend, Gattuso. Will he make a difference? I believe he will, but it will take some time. I do think it will take some time, and AC Milan do need to bring in some reinforcements. But Gattuso, exciting. It really is exciting, I'm sure, for the players as well. A legend like that, one of the toughest players ever. I mean, this guy is just tough as nails. One of the most passionate players, And now as a coach, I'm curious to see how he does. I really am. I wish him all the best, and we'll see how it goes. That's pretty much all that's going on in Serie A. And let's talk about some Bundesliga. Interesting matches over the weekend. Bayern slipped points, but so does Dortmund. But the table in first place, Bayern are still in first place with 29 points. Leipzig in second with 26. Schalke in third with 24. Borussia Gladbach in fourth with 24. Dortmund in fifth with 21. Wow. Dortmund went from first to fifth. I don't know how it went so wrong for them so quick, but it did. And it's a nightmare. It really is a nightmare. They continue to slip points. They tied 4-4. Horrible. It really is horrible, especially when you were in first place just a month and a half ago. Can't believe it. But slip points, which is good news for Bayern because they slip points as well. They lost the match against Borussia Gladbach. And that puts them in fourth place. But Bayern are still in first place. Leipzig are in second place with 3 points behind. But Bayern, they could have. I mean, it's not a big deal that they slip points. It really isn't. But I don't think they'll slip anymore that much points. They probably will slip points, but not as much as the rest of the teams will, especially Dortmund. Dortmund is just having a nightmare of a run. But Bayern, we'll see how they do this weekend. That's pretty much all that's going on in Bundesliga. Not too much going on in the Bundesliga. In League One, there's a few things going on, a few key things going on. Let's get into the table first. In first place, of course, we have PSG with 41, Marseille in second with 31, Lyon in third with 29, Monaco in fourth with 29. Monaco slip points, big matches over the weekend. Monaco slip points. They slip points, and it cost them big time because now they're in fourth place. Nantes in fifth place with 26. Don't know if I mentioned that. Anyways, PSG won again. Of course, they won over the weekend. They won in the week. They're a great team. I mean, of course they're going to win this season. There's no doubt about it. Marseille and Lyon took advantage of Monaco's slip and took over. Monaco in fourth place because of the slips. But PSG are a fantastic team. They really are. But they do have some problems. During the week, there was another penalty. And Neymar went to get the ball, and Cavani just gave him a little headbutt to tell him to piss off. And took the penalty. Guess what? He missed, of course. But the problem is there, and I've addressed this before. I said this problem has not been addressed. Coach has not addressed this problem and tried to fix it, and it shows. The problem continues, and it will continue. That's why it makes the rumors of Neymar moving to Madrid that much more possible. Because if things go on like this, of course he's going to go. And they'll be ashamed because he's made such a big mess in the transfer market, such a big deal, big move. And if he just goes to Madrid, it'd just be ridiculous. But with these things going on, he really might. I didn't see him staying at PSG for that long anyway, but it might even be shorter than people thought. But anyways, the problems do continue. They really need to fix these problems and address these problems. They really do. Assign someone to take penalties, no questions. He's the penalty taker, no arguments, no fights, that's it. Free kicks as well, or you're going to continue to have these type of problems. You can't afford to have these type of problems when you're fighting for the Champions League. That's their main goal, is the Champions League. So you have to get this together. You have to fix it. You really do. But they're in first place. They really are a fantastic team. It's really a shame to see them acting like this. But it was expected. I mean, it's not a surprise. It really isn't. That's pretty much all going on in League One. It really is a shame. All right, let's get into the Dive of the Week segment. The Dive of the Week for the week was Paulinho's dive in the Champions League. Oh, man. I think he was anticipating a kick that didn't connect. He was already going down, thinking about going down, started going down. It looked so pathetic. It really did, and he even laughed about it. He picked up a yellow card, which he really deserved. I'm all for giving cards for divings. They really need to do it more. It really was a shameful, pathetic dive, and he knew it. He laughed about it. It was a funny-looking dive, but I just don't like the dives. I really don't. And he was probably the most obvious and biggest dive during that week, and that's pretty much it for the dive segment. And the Keeping Up with the Legends segment, we have the legendary Paolo Maldini. Paolo Maldini. He really was a legend. One of the toughest defenders ever. One of the best defenders ever. He really was. You can't deny that fact. But anyways, what is he up to now? Well, he owns, as a co-owner in the North NASL club in America, Miami FC. And he's been pretty active. He's played in matches against poverty. And also, you're never going to guess, he even tried professional tennis, which he was pretty good at. He did well. He even entered a tournament in Milan with a partner, but they got knocked down in the first round. But at his age, and this was just recently, so like a year ago, so it really wasn't that long ago. And for his age to be playing professional tennis after playing all those years of football, being a professional football player, it really is amazing. I mean, it's a talented man, and good for him, you know. But he did say that's probably his last professional tennis match. Why not? He's had a fantastic career. He's had a fantastic football career. No one will ever doubt. And he really is a legend. And that will do it for our segment for Keeping Up with the Legends. And that's pretty much it for our episode. Thank you all for joining us for our 10th episode. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you're not following us, follow us on Facebook and Instagram on Futlife TV, at Twitter, Futlife TV 1. Thank you all for joining us. See you next time. Exciting matches going on this weekend. Do not miss those. And Champions League matches coming up. We're gonna cover the league matches this weekend and go over all of those and bring you all the latest news that are going on. Thanks again for joining us. See you next time.